Welcome to Brawl Till We Fall. This is your boy Teo, and I'm here to give you this week's WWE recap on all the things that happened on Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. So we're gonna kick things off with Raw. It's a lot of things that happened this week. It kicked off with the recap from the Queen of the Ring. Um, that pay per view was awesome. I already did the coverage on that, so I'm not gonna get into all of that. We already know that the new king is Gunther, and the new queen is Nia Jax. If you don't know, now you do. All right, let's get it on. So the new king, Gunther, comes out in his in-ring segment with Ludwig Kaiser, celebrating his King of the Ring success and his accomplishments as the Intercontinental title holder for the longest reigning Intercontinental title holder. But he's quickly interrupted by the champ, Damian Priest of the Judgment Day. Um, he states that Gunther did not win, which that has been a controversial issue. They say that which I did see, Randy's shoulders were not pinned. So, however, they're going to let it ride out, and he got the win. He's the king of the ring, and the referee's decision is final, as per Triple H. So, with that being said, they go back and forth. And then the third man in the equation, Drew McIntyre, interrupts. Gunther leaves the ring because he said this is not his battle. He let Damian and Drew go at it. And then they're interrupted by the monster, Braun Strowman. And then there's a match. Judgment Day's JD McDonough, who the Judgment Day put him in charge of taking care of Braun Strowman because they said that he did interfere in their Judgment Day business. So JD is supposed to take care of him. Yeah. Anyway, so Braun smacked JD around like 70 times, pimp slaps. Let me rephrase that. He gave him some slaps that was like a 70s pimp slapping his hoe. Yes, he slapped JD around a bit. Anyway, he whipped JD's ass, and he deserved every slap. But I will give JD credit for taking out Braun's legs. He did try to take him out. Smart move when you face a big man to take them off to take their legs from underneath them. However, Braun did get the win. Um, then Carlito and JD with the chair attack Braun Strowman, but that only leads to pissing off Braun Strowman, which you don't want to piss off a giant. So we'll get back to what the results of pissing off a giant leads to later on, because trust me, there's some consequences for every action. Moving along, Ricochet versus Ilya Dragunov. I don't know why the when I put my notes in, it comes with the names that it wants to come up with, not the name that I put in there. So Ilya Dragunov versus Ricochet. Excuse me, getting the name up mixed up because of what I'm reading here. But anyway, as it looks like Dragunov was about to win, Braun Breaker interrupted the match. He has it in for Ricochet, I guess, or he just wants to be known. I don't know. Braun Breaker is feeling some kind of way about not being the king of the ring. But brother, don't just go interrupting matches. Anyway, I just get a feeling that Ilya Dragunov needs to be the one that he face so that they can fight it out. And Ilya can beat him again because he's beat him before and shut him down. You are bad, no doubt. You are great and you will be greater. But right now, you're a nuisance and somebody needs to take you out. That's my opinion. All right. So Adam Pearce comes out. He puts him in his place. They do the backstage segment, the end ring segment, all that crap. But it don't look like Braun Breaker's going to let it up. So prepare for next week Well, he's supposed to be suspended. Supposed to be suspended. But prepare for next week, Braun Breaker to come out again. All right, R-Truth is on a location with the Miz, and the Miz and R-Truth is in an ice cream truck. Like I said, this brother be doing some things. He just be doing too much, I say. But anyway, he's out there with the New Day, and along comes Karrion Kross, who's been in the last few weeks stalking Woods, and I say that he's been like creepy. But this time he actually approached Woods with a proposition. So it looks like he's trying to recruit him into his group, the Final Testament. My question is why? Of all the wrestlers that's out there, why are you trying to recruit Woods of all people? He's good with his dudes, the New Day. Leave him where he at. Why are you trying to pull him out of the New Day? Unless you feel that the New Day is a threat to your authors of pain. I don't know. But we'll find out because they challenged them to a match next week. So when Woods turned him down, he wasn't too happy about it. He told him to watch the Authors of Pain tonight, and that's the next match that's coming up. But he told him to watch. Well, they said they'll challenge them next week. So we're going to look forward to see the New Day versus the Authors of Pain next week. See how that goes down. Meanwhile, back to the match at hand. It was the New Day. Not the New Day, the Authors of Pain and the Final Testament against the Creed Brothers. And honestly, I think the Creed Brothers would have won that match if it wasn't for a distraction from Scarlett outside attacking Ivy Nile. If she wouldn't attack the Ivy Nile, I think the Creed Brothers may have had a shot at beating them. Which maybe answers my question in a sense. Woods is a winner. And so far, even though they won that match, it was a battle that they shouldn't have had because these dudes, I will give it to them. The Authors of Pain are some big dudes. They should not have struggled with the Creed Brothers if they're a dominant team. Adding Woods to their team probably would add dominance. So maybe that's why my man is trying to recruit them, trying to recruit Woods. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Sheamus' in-ring segment. Now, for the last few weeks, if you noticed, Ludwig Kaiser has been out there talking so much crap about Sheamus, whether it be backstage, in the ring, wherever. And finally, Sheamus shows up. And Sheamus is in the ring. He's talking about Ludwig. Ludwig is backstage talking about Sheamus is a coward. First of all, if you're a man, anything like your boy who goes to the ring face to face, he doesn't back down from anybody. You would have been in the ring and you would approach Sheamus face to face if you weren't scared of him. But no, you busy hiding behind Gunther. Gunther doesn't hide behind no one, and Gunther is in that ring. He would be in that ring. So, either way, this dude was backstage and to the point, and he got pissed. He pissed off Sheamus so much that he went back there to find him. And he jumps Sheamus from behind. And they brawl all the way to the ring because Sheamus is a brawler. That's what he do. Did you think you were going to get the upper hand on Sheamus? I just can't wait till you get in the ring so you can really beat the hell out of him like I want him to. Anyway, Kairi Sane gets defeated by Lyra Valkyria, which is, I'm going to be honest with you. It looks like Damage Control is damaged. Yeah. As you see in our backstage segment with Io Sky, and she's just going crazy and destroying furniture. I think that Damage Control is damaged. I think they need to split them up or something. I don't know. But they're on a losing streak right now. Judgment Day backstage segment. Carlito gets sent away because he was in there and he was not invited. So Damian Priest sent him away and to get ready for his match against Rey Mysterio. But as you see, JD shows up because Damien's like, where's everybody? JD shows up out of breath. He's running from Braun Strowman after what happened in the earlier part of the Raw segment. So he's running from Braun. He knows he's coming for him. He questions where's Dom because he wants to question what happened at the King and Queen of the Ring. Why'd you even get involved in that match? And he chastises him a little bit. And Dom vows to fix things. And we will see what happens later on and how Dom fixed things. Anyway, Rey Mysterio versus Carlito. And he beat him. Even with Finn Balor coming to his rescue. Because I guess they're returning the favor because Carlito was out there helping them to get, their belts and whatever. So they're returning the favor. And even Damian Priest got involved after the match was over. And he takes out Rey Mysterio. So here we are, LWO versus the Judgment Day all over again with Carlito added to the mix. Now, I'm not going to get into it yet, but I believe that Carlito may be replacing Dom after you hear what happened later on in the night. Okay, moving on. Backstage segment. No, I'm not going to go to the backstage segment because we already talked about Io Sky going crazy with Damage Control. Don't need to go back there. Chad Gable and Tozawa. Then Otis and Maxine show up backstage and they talk. Well, Chad is chastising them. And he's making sure that Otis is ready for his match against Bronson Reed, which is the next match up. And he wasn't. He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. This should have been a pound for pound match. These dudes match in size and speed, and Otis can do some things in that ring. Remember, he used to be a tag team with another gentleman. They need to bring that dude back because Otis needs to leave this whole Chad Gable stable alone. This Alpha Academy is destroyed. Chad Gable's mean streak right now is showing. And then I'm just going to get into what happened. So after Otis lost his match to Bronson Reed, due to Chad Gable's interference, because he could have helped him out like he helped him, but he didn't. And so then he started to chastise Otis. And he attempts to take his belt off and whoop this big man. First of all, he needed a bigger belt. That wasn't going to work. But anyway, he took his belt off to whip this man, show him that he needs discipline. Well, here's my thing. First of all, Maxine is supposed to be Otis's girl. He chastised her and sent her on her way. It was at that moment that Otis should have said something if he had some balls. But no. Sami Zayn had to come out and attempt to save the day. And I say attempt because when he came out, Otis was distraught and didn't know where to go. First of all, somebody coming out to save you, you should be appreciative and listen to what they're saying. You got the audience behind you. There's no reason to listen to this man. This man brought back slavery to whip y'all behind. Really? And Tozawa, what are you even doing in there? He just showing that you're a weak link. He done thrown you to the wolves many times. So I don't know what's going on there, but I don't like it. I don't like how it looks. But Sami Zayn got his ass whipped trying to defend them. And if I was Sammy, I'd stay out of it. I'd let them continue to get whatever coming to them until they grow some balls and make a move. All right, let's get into the main event. Women's World Championship Steel Cage match. This was a banger, in the words of Sheamus. However, when I mentioned earlier, Dom said he was going to fix it. Dom came out to fix it. Now, as we know, I'm going to tell you exactly different things that took place that led to Becky Lynch once again losing to Liv Morgan. Okay, so the fight is going on in the cage, and Becky got the upper hand. She got Liv where she wanted. In fact, she didn't need no help. Becky could have won that match. But no. Nope. Dom comes out, opens up the steel cage door, and tries or attempts to try and help Becky escape. Down comes to the ring JD McDonough and Finn Balor to stop him from interfering. But Braun Strowman is looking for JD. He was looking for him all night. And he finally finds him by the ring. So as Braun is chasing Judgment Day, Dom's still trying to get Becky out. Braun comes down and hits him. He hits the cage and knocks Becky out. And allows your girl, Liv Morgan, to just come on out the cage and get the W. Yes, that's what happened. This is the shenanigans that took place. But that's not it. See, the cameras went off. But we have seen throughout the internet and all over the place the kiss that's going to get Dom put out of the Judgment Day by Mommy when she comes back. Liv Morgan gave Dom the kiss of a lifetime right there. Now, I know because I could look at the expression on Dom's face, he wasn't kissing her, engaging her back. He didn't want that. But it's just the fact that it's all over the internet now. What you gonna do, Dom? I can't wait till next week. I actually can't wait. I don't know. It's just gonna be a whole lot going on in the Judgment Day. I see an implosion happening. But that's it for Raw. We're gonna move on to NXT because a whole lot of things happen over there. Some special guests, and I'm gonna get into that after this commercial break. Stay tuned. All right, we're back. Let's talk about NXT. Let's talk about it. So Ava, the GM, is in the ring and she introduces Sexy Red. And Sexy Red comes out and she announces that she will be hosting NXT's Battleground in Las Vegas coming up in later part of June. And as Sexy Red reveals that, Ava asks her to reveal the new NXT Women's North American Championship, and as Sexy Red pulls the cover over the belts and have the belt in her hand, Tatum Paxley comes out and tries to snatch it, and it turns into a tug of war with her and Sexy Red. I don't think she want to do that, but Mitchin comes out and they start off the first match of the night. It was the qualifier for the belt. And then comes out Miss Jada Parker, the real sexy Red Bone, to observe and sit on commentary as Mitchin gets the win. So, Mitchin and Miss Parker get into each other's face and go back and forth, and then goes off. A little back and forth because they are now a part of this six-woman championship battle for this belt. I am going to get into the names of everyone that's participating in this later on. Meanwhile, Gallus and the Meta 3 are backstage, and I'm going to just be honest with you. As the Meta 3, because, Noam is out, they were backstage with Lash Legend, and they were talking to Gallus, and they were blaming them for doing or asking why they attacked Noam Dar. And at first, I thought that Noam Dar and Aura, who also was attacked, was doing this and attacking themselves to cause a deception between Trick and Lash, trying to make Lash Legend force her to basically make a choice between her friends and her man. But later on, we're going to find out tonight what actually took place. Stay tuned for that. Meanwhile, the next match, which had to be settled, Chase U wanted to settle this between Ridge Holland and Raleigh Osborne. was out there with Chase U supporting both of them basically. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Rich Holland beat the hell out that boy. Um, he did show some compassion, just as Thea Hell asked him to, because he could have took him out a long time in this match. This match could have been over in 1, 2, 3, but he showed the boy compassion, allowed him to get some shots off. Um, but Rich Holland did win the match, and the boy still was not appreciative. So I don't know what's going to happen with Chase U and Riley Osborne, but he don't seem too happy with what's going on. Meanwhile, backstage, Trick Williams and Javon Evans are getting ready for their match later on with Gallus, and they were interrupted in the men's locker room, by the way, by Sexy Red, who they asked to escort them out to the ring when they go up against Gallus. So she was back there doing her thing. Like I told Lash before, fix whatever situation you got going on with your man. You don't want him running off with Sexy Red. All right, moving on. The champ, Roxanne Perez, is in the ring. I love it when they get cocky, when they get the belt. And she's the champ now, and she's all cocky. Ain't nobody out here now. I done beat everybody in the locker room. I got it going on, and ain't nobody gonna touch me. Well, here's the thing. WWE always come with some type of surprise. And they shocked me on this one, boy. I mean, I ain't see this one coming. I don't think nobody saw this one coming. So while she's in there talking her smack, and she ain't got no challenges, or she just want to know who the next challenge for NXT Battleground. I got this. Ain't nobody gonna take this belt from me. Out comes TNA Knockouts champion Jordan Grace. That's right, I said it. TNA Knockout champion Jordan Grace made an appearance again, because she was in the Royal Rumble, but she made another appearance again, this time on NXT, challenging the champion Roxanne Perez. She wants to take her belt back to over to TNA. Yeah. So this is now a cross promotion type of match. Now, here's the funny thing. This is all Tony Khan was trying to do. He wanted to do this with WWE. Now, they're not against it, because I remember Triple H saying that he don't like the name Forbidden Door, and it may be a possibility that they may entertain this, as well as I've been reading that they may entertain some NXT people going over to TNA, which is crazy because Tony Khan has his hands in TNA as well. He sent some of his wrestlers over there. They sent some wrestlers. So it could be an interpromotional thing all around. I would love that. I would love to see AEW's wrestlers and WWE and WWE wrestlers over there at AEW. I would love to see TNA wrestlers everywhere. It would be awesome for us. We're fans. We want to see these things. I would love to see Moose versus anybody. You know, Moose versus Bobby Lashley. I would love to see it. So this is a great start to all this competition. Is ridiculous. Give the fans what they want. Wrestling promotional matches. We want to see this. This right here is great. Triple H, this one, you get the applause. So she comes out in the ring, face to face with Roxanne Perez. And I'm going to be honest with you, this is a big girl. She got muscles everywhere. This is where I didn't, like I said, and I said before, Jade Cargill, it's no joke. But who's next? Will it be Jordan Grace? Yeah, I would love to see this. But anyway, she'll be facing Roxanne Perez for the NXT Championship at Battleground. So I can't wait for that. I wasn't going to really, I would watch Battleground anyway. And I wish I could be in Las Vegas. And I really wasn't going to Las Vegas, but I might have to make a trip. I might have to go out there for this. I don't know. Anyway, Ariana Grace gets defeated by Lola Vice. She's waiting for Shayna. She's going to take care of Shayna in a match that's like a battleground match. I can't wait for that. Lexis King versus Dante Chen. Rematch. Because he whipped him up last time they fought. And this week he does it again. But he still caught a beat down after the match. Kalani Jordan defeated Ren Sinclair, the final entrant into a Women's North American Championship qualifier. And Fallon Henley was on commentary. So now we know who the women are that are chosen for the six women ladder match to get their first ever hands on the Women's North American Championship at Battleground. So let me give you the lineup of who these six women are that's going to be in this ladder match. Sol Ruka, Lash Legend versus Fallon Henley versus the real sexy red bone Jada Parker versus Mitchin versus Kalani Jordan. That's your lineup for this six women that's going to be in the ladder match to get the first ever Women's North American Championship belt at Battleground. That should be awesome. Breaking news, Jordan Grace, TNA Knockouts champion, will face Stevie Turner next week. We're going to get to see her in the ring before we even get to Battleground. This is what's up. And I'm just going to make this statement. And I don't care who don't like it and who don't like me for saying it. Obafemi will retain his title against Wesley. No need to go over it. He has no chance of winning. All right, moving on. Last match of the night. Escorted to the ring by Sexy Red, Trick Williams, and Javon Evans versus Gallus. And we watched Sexy Red twerk all night long. That's all she did was twerk, 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 twerk. And they whooped that Trick. Yes, they beat Gallus. They had a little help from Sexy Red. But then the drama. Lash confronts Trick about the attacks on Noam Dar and Aura. And then, here's the surprise of the night. The answers that we were looking for. The lights go out. And none other than Ethan Page. He was just on AEW. He just shows up. He admits that he attacked Noam Dar and Aura. And he attacks Trick, which I thought was a mistake on his part. But I'm going to be honest with you. Ethan Page is no joke. This goes back to what I told Trick before. You got to get some more moves in your arsenal. Ethan Page, he was a part of a nice clique that know how to do some things in that ring. So this will definitely challenge everything you got going on, Trick. Yes, the audience love you. Hey, I'm a fan. But in that ring, you got to show us that you can whip that Trick. And Ethan Page ain't just any Trick. That's all I got for NXT. But again, if this is where we're going with the cross promotion, because Ethan came from AEW, is this a crossover? I don't know. Or did he just sign a WWE? I don't know. But we shall find out. Stay tuned for SmackDown. There's some interesting things going on over there as well. Not quite as many surprises, but in any event, it's still entertainment. Wrestling, WWE is doing their thing. And stay tuned, and I'll bring you SmackDown after these messages. Hey there, wrestling fans. This is your boy Teo, the host of Brawl Till We Fall. And I want you to check out my show every Sunday. We have 2 shows. That's right, we have 2 shows on Sunday night. The 2 shows we have is the Highlight Show, which is at 6:30 p.m. on Sundays. And then we have our premiere show at 8:30 p.m. on Sundays. So check us out. We also have our Thursday night Let's Talk About It show featuring my brothers, and hopefully sometime in the future we can have some wrestling stars or somebody to come out and talk about the pay-per-views that's coming up on that weekend. So every Thursday, right before the pay-per-views, we have our Let's Talk About It show. So check us out. Right there's the info. You can go to YouTube to check us out on YouTube, and soon we'll have other platforms But until then, right now, check us out every Sunday. We have our show. Peace out. All right, we're back with SmackDown. This week kicks off with the Bloodline entering the building, and they will be facing the Street Profits later on tonight. We're going to get into that. Um, but it kicks off with the in-ring segment, the coronation of the new Queen Nia Jax, who I may add looked kind of beautiful tonight. She looking real pretty, real sexy. So anyway, whoever does her makeup, we're doing a good job. Which gets interrupted by the champ, Bailey. And then Piper Niven and Chelsea Green beat the hell out of the champ before she can even get in the ring to even confront the queen. I don't know. A couple of weeks ago, I made a statement that Piper Niven and the new queen, Nia Jax, would be an awesome tag team, especially to go up against such a powerful tag team as Jay Cargill and the EST. I said that. And now it looks like it may be coming to fruition. I didn't prepare for Chelsea Green to be in the mix, but I think she would be an awesome addition to it because she can cause outside distractions for their opponents. To no avail, Bailey got her behind whipped, and the Queen and Niven and Chelsea Green had a little discussion. So I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but let's stay tuned to see what happens. The first match of the night, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano in his corner, versus Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Now, I've said it many times, these wrestlers with big egos don't really last too long, and WWE is not good with keeping tag teams, especially if they got good big egos. And this team was actually thrown together, and I'm talking about Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. They were thrown together. So I didn't expect them to last long, but it looks like there's some dissension between the both of them, as Grayson Waller was saying some things. Whatever he was saying, it distracted his partner, and Austin Theory lost to Tommaso Ciampa. Not taking anything from Tommaso. He's a damn good wrestler. And he can wrestle you and beat you down in ways that you ain't never seen. But these dudes, Austin Theory especially, is also great. They're also great at cheating. So at the end of the day, because there's dissension, Tommaso got that win. All right, moving on. Backstage shenanigans, LA Knight and Carmelo Hayes, who botched his words. And LA Knight called him out on it, made him look stupid, and wasn't hard to do. Anyway, but the reality is LA Knight calls out Logan Paul for the U.S. Championship. And I can't wait until that happens. Apollo Crews versus Andrade. This was a hard-hitting, high-flying match. Even with Angel Garza out there trying to help recruit Andrade to his stable with Santos Escobar. He interfered in the match. You don't interfere with Apollo Crews' matches. And you definitely don't cause Apollo to lose his matches. There's consequences, and I will tell you what happened with that. In fact, I ain't going to tell you later. I'm going to tell you right now. They were backstage, and Angel was talking to Andrade because he walked right past Santos after he won the match like he didn't even know him. And Angel thought it was a disrespectful thing, so he approached my man in the back, and Apollo tapped that head. That's right, he beat the hell out of him in that locker room and told him, do not ever interrupt my matches. So I guess they're going to have a match next week. We'll find out. Meanwhile, Kevin Owens in the ring segment is interrupted by Paul Heyman, who seems to try to protect your boy Kevin Owens from the bloodline. And rightfully so, because Paul Heyman has made it perfectly clear that yes, He is in charge. He's in charge of the bloodline. Yes. They're supposed to listen to him. Yes, he's the manager, but he has no control over the bloodline, especially this new bloodline. Solo's in control, and he's in charge as well, and he's recruiting these what he called thugs. Some some would say that the bloodline acted like thugs when they jumped Sammy and KO and all these people. So I don't see a difference, and they're all family. So, like I said, I don't know. Paul, maybe because Paul had more control and Roman listened to him, Jimmy and Jay listened to him, and these guys pay no attention to what he's saying. Maybe that's why he's afraid, but he was afraid or seemed afraid for KO. But KO didn't care. He did not care, and he will not, and he said he would never trust him. And so, as he looked like he was about to go and attack Paul Heyman because he hit him inadvertently, um, the bloodline came out and attacked KO. And then the Street Profits came out and helped him, which led up to the match, the Street Profits versus the Bloodline. And the Bloodline got the win. And the Tonga brothers, I'm going to be honest with you, these guys aren't no joke. Paul Heyman should be scared. Should he be scared for KO? No. Just be scared for yourself. And for your tribal chief when he does return. If he is he's still the tribal chief. Questions that Paul asks Solo makes me wonder who really is in charge. But that we will ponder as the weeks come. I'm pretty sure we're going to get our answer. But Bayley and Naomi versus Piper Niven and Chelsea Green happen next. And Niven and Green get the win. Again, if they join forces with the Queen, Nia Jax, that would be a dominant group. I really don't know what to say. I mean, I just look at it. I mean, Bayley shouldn't have went out there anyway. She was still hurt from earlier. But to no avail, they lost. Now, we turn things over to AJ Styles, who we've been all night. They've been showing AJ Styles and that he's about to retire and he's about to leave WWE. And he has a whole lot to bring to any wrestling organization, especially WWE. I don't think he's done everything. Well, he's out there. He's got his brothers out there, the Good Brothers, OC, Gallows and Anderson. They out there with him. And they even did like a little interview with Mitch. And nobody knows what's going to happen. So he gets out there. He asks Cody Rhodes to come out. And during this whole time that I'm looking at him, and he's hugging everybody, and he's saying his goodbyes, and he's giving them speech, and it sounds sincere. But I've been following this dude. He is and was under the tutelage of Ric Flair, the dirtiest player in the game. So I already had a feeling that this was a ploy. We've seen it before. Mark Henry have done it. A lot of people have done this fake retirement ploy over and over again. And I didn't think that AJ was any different. And I was right. He attacks Cody Rhodes and leaves him sprawled out in the ring. The only difference is he did it by himself. He didn't ask for his brothers to come in there and stomp on him too. No, he did it by himself. So AJ is not retiring. He just didn't want to get to the back of the line to face Cody again. He's jumping the line. He wants Cody to demand to face him. And so he got it. I'm pretty sure he got it. But that ends SmackDown and that ends my WWE session. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for tuning in. And I'll catch y'all next week. Peace.